Good morning. I am just out in the front garden, sitting on my porch with my feet in my flower bed, and I thought we could have a look at the MrStacky together. So we've all been a bit sick this week, and I just want to get out in the sunshine. So I've popped out onto the front porch, and I'm going to fill up some of these cells and start transferring some of my strawberries into it. I think it's gonna be awesome. I don't have enough potting mix at home to do the full job today, but I want to start it out and see how easy it is and what it feels like when it's got some weight on it. This is the large MrStacky. It's a 5-tier. They can be rigged with a hydroponic system and you can grow in cocoa coir, but I'm just going to do vegetable potting mix and water manually for now. See how it goes. As I put in automated systems through the garden, I'll probably incorporate the towers if they turn out to work well for us. Don't mind the swing on the porch. Let's get started. So down the center of the stack is this PVC pipe. Hi, how you going? So I was just putting all the videos together and I just heard that cute little interruption. That was one of my neighbours from down the road. And one of the cool things about having a vegetable garden in the front yard that I discovered during COVID was that it accelerated our sort of getting to know our neighbours. There were so many people out walking around, and because I was out there almost every day working on the garden, the neighbours would stop, have a chat, we'd talk about food and veg and what they liked growing, and who you just heard there was my neighbour from just 2 doors down. And he, on first glance, approves of MrStacky, so that's kind of cool too. So each clover of the MrStacky has 4 sections, and when you stack, you're just alternating basically. And you see these curved sections, they fit over the inside edge of the clover, so it all stacks up. The pipe, apparently the only function that it has is really to stop soil falling through the center core once it's stacked up. And I think maybe there's an application for the water delivery down the center as well, but I haven't really investigated that yet. And then at the bottom we just have the tray. So I'm going to start filling the bottom clover, and I'll show you what it looks like once 2 of them are filled. If you watched my garden walkthrough from back in 2019, you'll have seen how many sort of stones and stuff are scattered throughout this garden. Along this edge of the house, I really just mulched over it, and whenever I'm planting, all I need to do is like scrabble around in the dirt, and I've got a million of these little stones to line my pots, which is awesome. And we're ready for our first layer of potting mix. There we go. It's probably about 2/3 of the tomato, vegetable and herb, and then 1/3 of compost on top. I don't know how they'll go in that. I think too much compost generally is not amazing, but that's what I've got right now, and I'm not in the mood for buying stuff, so let's see how we go. So this is my little row of self-sown sweet alyssum, but you'll see between there is my strawberry plants. So last year during COVID, a neighbour gave me about 6 little strawberry runners, and I planted them all in this long thin mound along here. And they gave me heaps of runners. I divided them all out earlier in winter and planted up a bed out the back, but the chickens swiftly murdered most of them. So I reckon I've got about 6 plants out the back, and I reckon I've got about 6 6 to 8 along here as well still. So I'm going to go through and dig all of these up because I love sweet alyssum. It's awesome for the feeding the ladybugs and the lacewings because these are super sweet, full of nectar and just so damn pretty. Look at that. God, they're cute. So I have sourced all but one section of strawberries, which is awesome, and now I'm just going to mulch them a little bit. So I really like this, and I think I'm going to be a fan, especially for strawberries. I'm mulching sort of behind them and inward. I want to give I love to mulch when it composts. It's awesome to keep worms in an environment, even in pots. So as it rots down, they've got something to feed on, and it means you don't have to change soil as often in pots. So this looks cool. I'm going to finish mulching it and then take some photos, and I think I'm going to get more of these when Rez isn't looking because they're rad. What do you think, Razzie? Do you like Mama's pots? Yeah. Fair enough. You still can't have the hose. Well, I think this delightful thing is just super cute. And I am definitely going to get more. The trick with strawberry gardens is to have a rotating series of beds. So you plant out one bed the first year and then use runners or buy bare rooted stock for a second bed the second year and then a third. And what that gets you is a constant cycle of plants, because eventually your first bed will need to be replaced and you've still got two others that are working. So I think this is awesome, and I think it's going to be a cool experiment. So I'm hiding in the car to get away from my screaming son. Yeah, as I was saying, I think this is going to be a really cool experiment, and I think it'll be really functional for what I'm trying to do here. So getting the strawberries up off the ground, I think, is just going to leave a lot more space for those annual gardens for my veggies. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. Bye.